Just as Mike mentioned and spoke about the regional comprehensive plan and the various elements and topics that that deals with, the cities, each one of us, and I'm sure we'll each talk about this tonight, we each have our own adopted comprehensive plans as well. They obviously look much different from a regional plan or even from a suburban plan, where urban comprehensive plans typically develop strategies on how to improve the quality of life in the urban areas. And one of the themes that we typically use is how we grow from within. Cities such as Allentown are pretty much fully developed. There's probably only 4 or 5% of our land area that's undeveloped, and most of that is probably unusable at this point. So we really need to find ways to generate growth in existing conditions and existing situations. One of the tools that we've used in our comprehensive plan is to identify what we refer to as strategic planning areas. And these are areas throughout the city where we've identified that some form of economic growth or redevelopment can and should occur. And in many cases, it calls for additional extra steps or additional planning to occur for these areas. And I'm glad to say that we've been successful in initiating programs in many of these strategic planning areas. The American Parkway bridge connection is under construction, and that was a key point in our comprehensive plan. Certainly the activities that are going on in the downtown area and along our waterfront have been well documented in the newspaper. We continue to work on efforts to improve some of our smaller commercial corridors. But the one area that we've chosen to focus on with the Regional Sustainability Planning Grant is what we refer to as the Little Lehigh Creek Industrial Corridor. This is an area, and I believe we have a map that we can put on the screen of the study area. This is an area that essentially runs through the center of the city and is bordered on 2 sides by some of the city's more heavily populated areas. And these are residents that are in need of job opportunities that are close by, opportunities to walk to work and take public transportation to work. And also within this corridor is a development of our own greenway, much like Bethlehem's established on their south side. This will be the locus of a new trail and network that bisects the city. So our project is essentially broken down into 3 phases. First of all, we've seen a need to create additional industrial job opportunities within the city itself. You know, we realize that the days of the large manufacturers are gone. We're certainly not going to see another Mack Trucks or a Bethlehem Steel for that matter. But we think there are plenty of opportunities for small and mid-sized firms to locate in the region's urban areas and provide needed employment opportunities for residents that are close by and those that really have trouble accessing many of the suburban employment centers. Through the first phase of our project, we'll be looking at that and identifying those opportunities and developing strategies that we would market the area for industrial firms and also seek to enhance the training opportunities for city residents to make sure that there's a good match between employment and employees in the city. The second phase of the project then would take what we learned with that overall strategy and begin to apply it to the Little Lehigh Corridor. We think there's opportunities for some industrial growth there. In fact, there's a parcel that our Industrial Development Authority has recently acquired, a 17-acre former industrial site, which will be one of the key sites that are targeted through our study for additional analysis. And that really makes up the third phase of our project, where we take a site like that and perhaps another and develop a specific reuse plan where we can begin to market the site for reuse. We look forward to partnerships throughout the region as we pursue our plans. We're active participants on the consortium for the Sustainability Planning Grant. We certainly have our own local Economic Development Corporation and other agencies that we work with, but we look forward to future work with the Lehigh Valley Economic Development Corporation, the WIB, the Lehigh Carbon Community College, and other agencies that are dedicated to increasing employment opportunities in the region.
Great, thanks so much, Mike. Can you just talk, you touched on it a little bit, but can you also then talk about what impact you see specifically in Allentown, given what Mike Kaiser had mentioned in terms of the population projections and the employment projections? How is that going to tie into the city project?
Well, Mike, I think we'll be talking a little while about some regional employment forecasts, and it's good news for cities because it, in addition to population growth, it's also projecting additional employment opportunities in the city. And I think our project is really to make sure that we target those opportunities to those that have the most benefit for city residents, those that pay living wages and are able to support families and take care of some of the social and housing issues that exist in the city.